Hey team, we're going to go ahead and look at a technique in multiplying polynomials, and we're going to examine the class notes. Let's go ahead and dive in. So when we're multiplying polynomials, essentially we're going to be multiplying with a lot of grouping symbols, and distribution is the traditional method. You might have seen that I'm going to multiply this whole quantity 3x, and I'm going to multiply it to be the 2x squared. I'm going to multiply it to be the negative 5x. And then I'm going to multiply it by the 3. And you would always, I tend when I'm writing it out, I go the numbers, and then I'm going to put the letters. What I mean by that, process the numbers or the coefficients, and then process the variables. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 times 2, which is 6. And then x times x squared is going to result in a total of 3x's. For the next one, when I'm going to be multiplying 3x, I'm going to distribute it to negative 5. So I start out by saying, what is 3 times negative 5? Negative 15. Now, how many x's? X and x make 2. And then finally, I repeat this process one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3x by 3, which is just going to be 9, and then x. Voila, we have a trinomial because there are 3 terms in this math sentence. So essentially what we're going to do now is we're going to increase the ante. We're still going to be multiplying 2 products. In the first one, we multiplied this group 1, 3x, by all of the terms in the grouping symbols. We're going to do a similar thing, but we're going to multiply this entire group by another group. So we're going to be using the distributive property still. And I'm going to go ahead and I have to multiply the x to the x and to the negative 3. And this is what you can see right here. It would become x squared minus 3x. Next up, I have to multiply the 2 to both the 3 and the negative x. Likewise, it's going to be 2x, which is positive, minus 6. All I need to do is simplify, and then we have to combine like terms. And we're going to go ahead and get x squared minus 1x minus 6. And notice how I wrote it in descending order, where my exponents are getting smaller. I always put the biggest exponent first. Now, below is simply a distributive property on steroids. You can see I have group 1. I want to multiply whatever this number is by whatever this number is. And to do that, I actually have to break up the first group. I'm going to go ahead and use x and multiply it to each part. And notice that's what I'm representing here. Now, this step you will be doing in your head if you're used to doing it the traditional method, where you go ahead and multiply it to each bit. Now, I'm going to combine my like terms. X times x squared means I have a total of 3. I have 3x squared plus 5x plus 2x squared plus 6x plus 10. All I did was go left and right and use when a number is next to another number with a parentheses, it implies multiplication. I'm going to go ahead and combine some like terms. I 3x squared and 2x squared. I see 5x and I see 6x, and I'm going to rewrite this to be 5x squared plus 5x and 10. Voila, I have a polynomial. Why did I call it a polynomial? Because it has more than 3 terms in this math sentence. Now, I want to go ahead and just model the same process, except for I'm going to use an area model. So let's go ahead and go to the right. I'm going to do these same problems, 3x, and this time I'm going to multiply it by 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. Notice how many terms there are on the top. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 boxes to write the areas in. What is 3 times 2x squared? 6x cubed. Likewise, I keep on multiplying, and you notice I get the same exact answer as I did here. I'm going to again demonstrate how to use an area model to multiply and stay organized. For this next one, I see it's x, and now there's 2 terms. So I'm going to make it a 2 by 2. I'm going to do x and negative 3, and x times x is going to be x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Likewise, I get 2x, and then I'm going to get negative 6. Now, you might notice that, hey, I'm going to combine like terms. So before I even write my final answer, I can do x squared minus 1x minus 6. And voila, it matches. The final one is very similar, except for it's just a little more convoluted. It starts out with 2 terms, so I'm going to go x and positive 2. And then I'm going to go ahead on the top, write for each term, x squared plus 3x plus 5. A 2 by 3 makes 6. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue. X times x squared, x to the third, 3x squared, 5x. Here this becomes 2x squared. Here this becomes 6x and 10. And voila, I can combine, just like I was doing before, some of my like terms. So these 6 pieces of information I get simplified to be not 5x plus 10. And I just noticed an error. I'm going to just squiggle this guy out. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed the take. Go ahead and do the next 4 problems on your own. Practice the skill and get good at it. That's it for now.